All right, what's up, boxing fans? It's Aztec 101 in the ring. Um, I wanted to tune in and try out this live situation with YouTube, and tonight we're gonna have a pretty good fight with Lomachenko versus Miguel Mariaga. Just kind of wanted to get people's opinion on what do you guys think this fight is all about. I mean, I know a lot of people are looking at this as some kind of a walkover fight for Lomachenko. But to be honest, I mean, I've been watching Mariaga. I really got into him after finding out that he was one of the amateur fighters that beat Nicholas Walters. Nicholas Walters really developed a lot of steam um, while he was picking up all these knockouts. Nicholas Walters, I mean, he was knocking everyone out. Just fucking ridiculous, man. Nicholas Walters got power. That uppercut is fucking insane, right? And to hear that someone beat him in the amateurs, that was really interesting. And Mariaga versus Nicholas Walters was actually a pretty good fight. But Vasyl Lomachenko versus Nicholas Walters came around, and it was obvious who was the better fighter. Nicholas Walters versus Marriaga was a lot closer, a lot more competitive, a lot more interesting. No one was quitting. The fight went all 12 rounds. So, coming into this fight, I'm looking at this and I'm going, well, you know what? It's not the fight I wanted. Obviously, a lot of boxing fans are looking at this going, look, I'd rather watch Vasyl Lomachenko fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. And guess what? I get it. I get it. But to be honest, I mean, this isn't a bad fight in between. It's the fight we have in front of us. It's the fight we have now. And it might not be the one that we really want to see, but to be honest, it's what we got. I don't know. I'm reading the comments right now. I don't know if the fight is on right now. To be honest, I'm in a position where I can't watch the fight on time, and I kind of wanted to get this video out before the fight happens. So for you guys that are waiting for the fight to come on, look, take the time right now to go look for the fight schedule. Try to get on it right now, because I to be honest, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be able to watch it live. I'm trying to put up a prediction, pre-fight analyst type of video. So, but I mean, who do you guys have winning the fight? Loma, the boxing junkie. Welcome, boxing junkie. I just want to say, hey, Lomachenko really can win this fight, honestly, easily. But there's a good chance that he won't. There's a reason for that. I'm going to tell you guys something. Marriaga is no joke. He's no joke. He just got done fighting Oscar Valdez. And Oscar Valdez is also a really good fighter. Do not take that loss as if this guy is a joke or a bum. Let me give you guys some stats. Lomachenko is walking into this fight with 8 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. He's got 6 KOs. Miguel Mariaga right now has got 25 wins and 2 draws and no losses. You know, the one thing with Lomachenko is after the Salido fight, 3 months right after the Salido fight, he fights Gary Russell Jr. And I got to tell you guys, with Lomachenko fighting Gary Russell Jr. so early on in his career and then beating him the way he did, it's very hard for me to bet against Lomachenko. So if you got Lomachenko winning this fight, hey, I'm telling you, Lomachenko's got skills. He's the real deal. Marriaga, he's no joke. I mean, the style of fighting that he has is very mix of. He's like a boxer puncher that likes to brawl. He likes to get on the inside. He likes to get aggressive. For the most part, he really likes to let his hands go. So this could play out to be a very interesting fight. For the most part, even if you see this as Lomachenko wins this fight easily, should be entertaining. Marriaga really does open himself up to let his own hands go, but he's not doing it in a way where it's irresponsible. The guy can box. Do not look, Miguel Marriaga can box. I'm telling you. Do not be surprised in the first couple rounds if you see Miguel Marriaga outboxing Lomachenko. Do not be surprised. And do not be surprised if this goes to a 12-round decision and it's close. I'm telling you. So far with whoever is here, I mean, who do you guys got winning? Hey, what's up? Haplotype Boxing Junkie is here. Gerardo Osuna. Who you got? Mikey versus Loma. You know what? I got Lomachenko. I think this is a very good fight for Mikey. Just because a fight is not... Just because you walk into a fight and you're not favored to win doesn't mean it's a fight you shouldn't take. So Mikey Garcia should take this fight, even if he's walking into a fight with a guy that could beat him. I mean, the same thing could go with Mikey Garcia versus Keith Thurman. I think that the point of the whole game, the whole point of the game is to really prove yourself. And one thing I've noticed with boxing fan, as critical as we are, it doesn't really matter if we see someone step up to the plate and take on a risk, we'll give them credit. 100%. I've seen it. So, you know, he should go on and fight. You know, Terrence Crawford would be a great fight too. Even though these are fights I think he might lose. I think Crawford will beat Mikey Garcia. I think Lomachenko might beat Mikey Garcia. Keith Thurman might knock out Mikey Garcia. But the point is that he takes on those fights and prove me wrong and everyone wrong and prove that he's the best. Even if he loses, it's a win for his legacy, right? I don't know if it's on now, Haplotype. I was just saying that I'm going to miss the fight. I'm going to have to watch this late. I'm putting this up now, which is a pre-fight video, and I'm trying out the whole live situation. But I don't know if it's on now. Now, as far as Lomachenko versus Miguel Marriaga, I got to tell you guys, even though Miguel's got a lot of names on his record, which is, you know, he's outnumbering Lomachenko. Lomachenko's only got 8 fights, while Miguel has 25. But Lomachenko has this very heavy amateur career. So there's a good chance that when it comes down to it, Lomachenko could be much more experienced than Miguel Marriaga. He's got Orlando Salido. 3 months later, he took on Gary Russell Jr. Roman Martinez, Nicholas Walters, Jason Sosa, now Miguel Marriaga. Does anyone give Miguel Marriaga a chance in this fight? Or is this going to be a walkover? That's something I really want to know. Yeah, haplotype. You know what? If I can invite you, I will. I'm gonna give this a shot. If you're still, am I still on? What's going on? You guys still hear me? So, what do you guys think about this fight? Is it a good fight for Lomachenko, or is he ducking Guillermo Rigondeaux? You know, I'd like to see the Rigondeaux fight. One thing with Rigo is that he has options at this point. He's got options, but the problem is that all his options that are reasonable are with Bob Arum. And I get it. When a lot of people feel that there's a good chance that these fights might not happen, I understand. Bob Arum might not want to make the fight with Guillermo Rigondeaux. There's already been a lot of talk, a lot of negative energy being portrayed towards Guillermo Rigondeaux, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know what could happen. But I'm optimistic in that at the end of the day, the bottom line is all that matters. And if Guillermo Rigondeaux, in a few fights, if he can, muscle up some good wins, maybe take on a few fighters from his division, even if he's just taking on mandatories, and just put on a few knockouts, get on great undercards. There's great fights lining up. And if you can get on undercards of big fights, there's a good chance that he might be able to make a fight really soon with Lomachenko. He doesn't have too much time, though. He's getting older, and he's slowing down. He's slowing down. The guy's getting knocked down by Japanese fighters that should not be knocking him down. Oh, it took you to the vid? Man, I'm going to figure this out, haplotype. So I'm doing this off my phone. I don't have my laptop with me. I'm doing this off my phone. So just give me a little bit of time to figure this out. Marriaga beats Rigondeaux. Marriaga is a bigger fighter. There's a good chance that he might be able to beat Rigondeaux. You're right. Rigo's a really small guy. The division that he's in is the only division he should be fighting in. If he tries moving up, there's a good chance he gets slept. And that's just because he's naturally just a small guy. Haplotype, just give me 24 hours. Let me try to figure this out. This is my first time doing a live video, so this is all new to me. I'm going to try to figure this out, see if I can send you a link. Yeah, Lomo should take this one, right? He should. But if it's not if it's not a clear victory, I'm not mad, because I understand that Miguel Marriaga can make the fight really close against high and elite fighters. I consider Nicholas Walters, even though he lost to Lomachenko, I consider him an elite fighter. And I understand that this was a close fight between him and Marriaga. And And there's a good chance that the same threat that he posed to Nicholas Walters, to Oscar Valdez, is the same type of threat he can expose to Lomachenko. The only difference is Lomachenko is the only one that really has a loss before fighting Marriaga. I'm telling you guys, Marriaga is not the cleanest fighter. If he wants to, he can make it dirty. And if he wants to replicate what happened to Lomachenko before, the reason why he lost, a rough, hard fight on the inside, he can duplicate that. Marriaga is the type of guy that can actually make it difficult for Lomachenko. So I got Lomachenko winning. I think he'll learn from his mistakes in the past. And it's very hard for me to bet against him, seeing the type of opposition he's taking on. But I don't think this is going to be a very close fight. I think this is going to be a very close fight. I don't think it's going to be one-sided. A lot of people are looking at this as a tune-up fight, which is kind of disrespectful. You know what I mean? Especially to a guy like Marriaga. And a guy like Nicholas Walters. You know? Nicholas Walters had a close fight with him, and to say that this is a tune-up fight for Lomachenko is kind of like saying Nicholas Walters ain't shit. If he wins, if Marriaga wins, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be very hard for Bob Arum to promote Lomachenko as a pound-for-pound fighter. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to really throw a wrench in the game. And I don't know how they'll be able to recover with this. So they're going to have to take on some... It's going to force them to take on the Guillermo Rigondeaux fight. So, hey, you know what? If he loses, it's only good for boxing. It's going to really force him to be put in a position to take on either Rigondeaux or Mikey Garcia. He's going to have to take on an available name that's worth fighting him and that's willing to fight him. So, Lomachenko losing this fight isn't the end result. It's not going to destroy his career, but it's not going to look good. You're not going to be able to push him as the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's going to be very difficult to put him up against someone like Terrence Crawford, who hasn't lost and has a lot of fights underneath him within his division, and he's clean out divisions. So it's very difficult to compare these two guys, and they're all with HBO. So there's a good chance that just like Chocolatito, Lomachenko could fall off 100%. Chocolatito's not even on the list. If you look at their top 10, I don't think he's even on the top 5 anymore. And he only lost once. So what do you think is going to happen with Lomachenko? All that's going to be left is Crawford. All right, guys. Marriaga did just as well as Sosa against... against Walters. Right. I get it. He did, but everyone comes in with their own style. So, it really depends on who he's fighting. And someone like Lomachenko, who sits back and counter punches and looks to change angles on you, rather as Sosa, who fights a little bit different. He's a little bit more aggressive than Lomachenko. Lomachenko picks his spots and he's very calculated, but he's not overly aggressive. Sosa will try to smother you, and they have a different fighting style. So there might be a little bit more room for Marriaga to do his thing against Lomachenko than against Sosa. But we'll see what happens. I don't have too much time. My battery's running low, but I hope you guys have a good night. Watch boxing. I'm going to try this out a few more times. So keep an eye out on my channel. I'll do a few more live events. All right, guys, it's Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.